Happy Friday and happy episode 101. That's 101 straight days of going live for 5 minutes. Let's face it, more than five with you. And today I want to talk about something that really excites me and drives me as we are here in election season. And that is the joy of being and having an unwhipped MLA. Now, I'm not MLA yet, so I'm an unwhipped candidate at this point. But I hope to explain to you what that means, not just in terms of terminology. What does it mean to be an unwhipped MLA? But what does that mean for our riding when your MLA is unwhipped? Now, I was at the Green campaign launch in Fredericton on Wednesday. And that means, we were all at the Delta Fredericton. David Coon, the leader of the Greens, gave a speech. We had 39 candidates in attendance and lots of people there. And afterwards, after the big press event and press scrum and things like that, we went back together and talked in the round as candidates and went around the room introducing ourselves and why we are running as candidates with the Green Party. And it amazed me how many people around that circle chose the Green Party, not just for our 6 amazing values, but because of how convicted we are at how the system, this democratic system of government, should work. And there was such a resonance with me and with them. And here's what stood out in terms of what we had most in common. And this reminds me of early in this process when I was talking with David Coon back in May, when they were asking me if I would consider running. I said, listen, I have no interest in running in a riding for a political party where the agenda is set by that political party in Fredericton. And I remember asking David Coon in a second or third conversation, it took some convincing to to decide to leave, my corporation and my homeschooling of my son and kind of a pretty comfortable setup I have for myself. But feeling as a resident of Saint Croix, things are not working the way they should. Things are not the way they should be. I'm frustrated at my current MLA who does not respond to emails, is not getting us what we need. And I said to David, why would I become an MLA if that's what it is? The only way I would become an MLA is if I could focus on, investigate, ask around, and discover what the consensus is of what we need, and then go after those things, the solutions, the funding in Fredericton, and bring it back to the riding and find the people and find the answers. And David Coon said that's exactly what the Green Party wants you to do. And that sets us apart. As we went around that room in that meeting on Wednesday with all the candidates, you would not believe how many of them have been approached by the Liberals and refused to run for the Liberals, but chose Green instead. And one of the reasons is because people in that room know that when you run for one of the major legacy parties, Liberal, Conservative, you can only say what they allow you to say. You can only do what they permit you to do. And we have seen that back and forth, the way we lost our courthouse, the way, we had to protest the closing of the emergency room overnight, the way we lost our surgical unit, the way we have lost multiple services in this riding, the way we don't know what's going on with this, the Passamaquoddy Lodge or the ferry or things like that. And that's what I said. I don't want to participate in a system where everyone's so frustrated. But David Coon, you're going to tell us the 2 things we're allowed to say and do, and we'll do that. And that's where David said, Mark, find out what your riding needs and go after it like a dog with a bone. And that's where I came up with 5 things. This is not going anywhere. So when I'm elected, I will work on these 5 things: affordable housing, housing for all, community health centers and a funding model for collaborative care, affordable food markets, supporting farmers, supporting local food programs in Saint Croix, and public safety, the courthouse, and making sure our transportation is where it should be, and policing solutions for Southwest Service Commission 10. That is the kind of thing that I want to be a part of. But another thing that I'm realizing, there's the timer, is really quickly, let's face it, it might not be. We together are like a constellation of amazing communities. The main municipalities, Macadam, St. Stephen, St. Andrews, Campobello, all with such diverse challenges. In Macadam, we want to see the spraying stop because of the tourism infrastructure and the hunting and the fishing. In St. Stephen, we need solutions for the housing crisis, mental health and addiction services, and a warming center and people sheltered. In St. Andrews, there's the Passamaquoddy Lodge. There's a aging population. There is the Wharf Project, tourism. St. Andrews is focused on that and needs an MLA to move those things forward. Campobello needs development of tourism, all the help that the provincial government brings to bear, and a ferry. And that's why tomorrow, David Coon has a very important press announcement, 11 a.m., that I will be a part of with him and St. Stephen for Campobello, and I'm looking forward to that. So in addition to those 5 things that we all share in common, there are specific challenges, specific projects, specific incentives, specific looks into the future that your MLA needs to be keeping as a top priority. And I'm telling you, you want to vote for an MLA who's not part of a whip party. It will be a joy to serve you every day in Fredericton and in this riding for the constituents, bringing people together and tackling these issues and keeping this pin through the 4 years so that when you see me, you can hold up your hand and say, how are the 5 things going, Mark? Because that is what we need. And that is what your MLA needs to be working on. This is a busy weekend. As I said, press conference tomorrow at 11. Stay tuned for that. I'll be working the gate for the Rotary Club, of which I'm a part, welcoming people into the Fall Fair. And then, of course, I'll be around the Fall Fair tomorrow and Sunday. So I'm really looking forward to that. Hopefully you get to come say hi at the Fall Fair. We have a green booth. And, of course, I'll be walking around striking up conversations and asking you what your top of mind challenges, what you think the provincial government can be doing to serve you better. I look forward to a great weekend with you, and I will at some point tomorrow stream live